All right, class, I promised you I would post a video today just talking about the rest of the course and what the expectations are. So, just looking at the course outline, uh, we had an assignment that was supposed to be due this week. It's the LinkedIn profile creation. Um, I'm going to assume that most of you have a LinkedIn profile already. And if you don't, I'm going to show you what a good LinkedIn profile should look like. But the assignment itself is very simple, and it doesn't involve you submitting anything other than requesting to become a contact with me on LinkedIn so that we can network, but also so I can look at your profile. And I'm going to show you what I'm looking for. Ultimately, I'm most concerned with how it looks. What's the first impression when I see your profile, when I click on it? And I'm going to make this due by week 15. So no rush on this. If you do it properly, you'll get 10%. If you have a profile and it's not done properly, you'll get 5 out of 10 because you just got one. And if it's anything in between, good to great, I mean, you'll get a 7, you'll get an 8. If you do everything I want you to do, you'll get a 10. It's pretty simple. So let me just show you what one needs to look like. So we're looking at my profile, and I'm not saying that I have the absolute best profile on LinkedIn, but these are the things that I'm looking for. So you can see here the profile photo is professional. It's a good quality image. And I mean, for the most part, it's visually appealing. There's only so much I can do to help with that because I've born the face that I have. But it's not visually unappealing, let's put it that way. Most important is that it's good quality image. And you want to have, it doesn't need to be a full body shot. It can be shoulders up. It can be just your face. Look at LinkedIn, go through some profiles and see what face shots you prefer and what works for your image. But the one thing is I need to be able to tell who you are. I can't tell you how many times I look at a profile and the picture is not discernible. Or worse, they don't even have a picture of themselves. They have a photo of a dog or a bird. I mean, this is a professional profile, so it needs to be you. The background photo needs to say something about you. What does this say about me? Well, it says I'm in Toronto. I'm from Toronto. And it's a good quality image and it's visually appealing. Again, you want something that's going to stand out. You never want to use the generic LinkedIn background. Don't do it. It says you don't pay attention to detail or that you're not willing to customize things or put in an effort. You need to alter that, upgrade it. Your headline needs to say what you do. I am a professor of communication, business, and leadership. It has a tagline. I'm not saying that a good profile can't have a tagline, or that if a profile doesn't have a tagline, it's not good. Let me put it that way. That's not what I'm saying. However, if you want maximum impact, I suggest you have a tagline. Mine is striving towards success in education. It's a tagline that inspires, I hope, but also points to what it is that I'm working in and where my focus lies. Also, spelling and grammar needs to be correct. Pay attention to that. You need to have at least 25 connections, and of those 25 connections, only 10 can be from George Brown, please. So if you already have 25 connections, but they're all from George Brown, you need to make an effort to connect with 15 other people. All you need to do is find some people that are in the industry that you want to connect to and send them a message and say, I'd like to connect with you. I'm a student at George Brown and I'm looking to network. I guarantee you if you send out 20 invitations like that, you'll get 15. No problem. And then the about section. This is important. It needs to be well written, obviously, but it needs to summarize your skills, your abilities, your work, etc., whatever you want to highlight. So now I've chosen to write mine in the third person. So it's like somebody else is promoting me. You don't need to do it like that. And I've seen lots of successful LinkedIn profiles that are written in the first person. I went back and forth about how I wanted to do it. Ultimately, I decided to go with the third person because to me, it just sounds a little bit better. So it's like somebody else is talking about me. With more than 2 decades of extensive experience in the financial services industry, Jeff delivers a wealth of knowledge in sales, service, public speaking, leadership, and business communication skills and know-how, blah, blah, blah. Continues on as I've broken it down, you can see, in different sections. So that's the first section. The second section, as a certified teacher with the Ontario College of Teachers, having earned with distinction a Bachelor of Education through Queen's University, Jeff enthusiastically brings ample drama and education, knowledge, and expertise to his classrooms. Third section, so different paragraph, highlighting something different. Drawing from many years of volunteering and performing with Toronto's improv community, Jeff employs many of the now popular leadership and corporate team building exercises derived from improvisational roots. And then again, separating this idea, he is looking forward to working with your class, team, or organization for sales, coaching, team building, and fun. That's how I've broken down my about, and I think it does a good job at highlighting or separating each idea and making it bite-sized and easy to read. The spelling obviously is good. The grammar is good. This is the kind of thing that I'm looking for with your profiles. Here's another example. Obviously, some of you know Andrea. If you're in my financial marketing class. But this is a great profile. Good picture of her. Very professional. I like her background. She's into art. This is some street art that she's... I don't think she did it, but I think she took the photo of it. And you can see by her title. Now, she doesn't have a tagline, but her title is complete. So she's a strategic marketer, she's a business developer, and she's a digital. She's a strategic marketer, business developer, and digital media expert. Very clear what it is that she does. You can see that she has lots of connections here. And her about, again, I mean, we haven't talked about this at all, but you can see she broke hers down into sections for each thought that she wants to portray. She's even included at the bottom here her own personal email address. So if you want to connect with her outside of the LinkedIn platform, she's making that available. Here's another one. You can see as a former student of mine, Shank. His title is very long, so he doesn't need a tagline here. But you can see within the title, it is very comprehensive. Marketing enthusiast, social media, marketing specialist, financial services marketing, digital engagement, looking for co-op opportunities, Toronto, Mumbai, DJ, music producer. So I would suggest to Shawshank that he might make that a little bit more succinct, maybe trim that down a little bit. But overall, it's still pretty good. And you can see he's got lots of connections here. And his about situation could be a little bit more extensive. But it says in a very succinct way what it is that he does. Love the photo, love the background. Another strong example of a profile. All right, so looking at the valuation system then, obviously you understand course engagement. That's ongoing participation. We're continuing to do that. You've already done your personal video. That was due in week 3. You've already done your first group presentations. We all know where we are on those. So now you'll get the LinkedIn profile done by week 15. We're going to bump that, so you have the rest of the course to do that. You'll do your final presentation in week 14, and then, of course, you've got your final exam in week 15. All right, so now I want to go over the final assignment. And I'll talk more about this in class if you like, but I just wanted to give you the heads up now so that you've got the few weeks to work on it. You are a marketing team that is responsible for, let me do this. You are a marketing team that is responsible for launching one of the following services or products. You are seeking approval on your strategy from your marketing director. So I will be acting as the marketing director. You will pick either scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3, or scenario 4. I'm not going to read all the scenarios, but the first scenario is that you are a consultant for BlackBerry. If you don't know what BlackBerry is, pick Samsung, pick somebody else. It doesn't really matter. But you're trying to create a new device that's going to compete with Apple and Android phones. Scenario 2 is you're a marketing agency. Your brand is Duracell, and you are creating a more environmentally friendly line of batteries. So you need to create a presentation based on that. Scenario 3, you are a marketing team that works for TD Bank, and you're launching a mobile application for your customers. And then scenario 4 is that you are a team of strategists at an agency, and your client is Mattel, and they're launching a new Barbie, a campaign for Barbie for the 60th anniversary, and they want you to help position Barbie as a model of empowerment for young women. So those are the 4 scenarios. You can choose one. Email me the scenario that you want. We have 2 teams max per scenario. If you want to create your own scenario, if you have an idea that you think is better than these, just run it by me, and I've yet to turn something down that wasn't great, and then you can run with that. So your outline, if you look at the presentation outline, you need a good introduction. We know all about introductions. We've talked about those. You want a good overview of the product or the service that's being launched. You need to position how you are in the marketplace, how you're positioning the product in the marketplace. Who is your target market? What is your price for the consumer and for the business? Where will you be launching this market? What kind of promotions will you be using for this launch? What is your budget? What are your objectives? And what is your summary? What is your call to action? Your big conclusion. Some of these concepts we haven't covered yet in class. We will, but it doesn't stop you from getting started on this for sure. You will use your original presentation groups for this. Choose one of the scenarios above, and I'm going to take you on a first come, first serve basis. So confirm your choice with me by email, and all members of your group have to present. The time for each presentation is 20 minutes. You can be 21, you can be 19, but beyond that, we need to start deducting marks because it's important to be on time. When you're given 20 minutes to pitch your idea at a company, they really expect you to stick to that timeline. All right, and then of course there's the evaluation sheet that I'll be using for your videos and all of the breakdowns as to how you get your marks. So you can see there's a section for effective presenting, there's a section for delivery, there's a section for comprehensiveness, persuasiveness, and professionalism. You're going to incorporate all the things we learned about presentations and create a wonderful final video. So that's all that I have to share with you for today. I hope that clears things up a little bit about the expectations for the course. And then obviously the final exam will just cover all topics that we discussed at the end. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in class.